Senhoras e senhores, muito boa tarde e feliz dia de Portugal. Viva Portugal! Viva! Cá estamos na histórica cidade de New Bedford, uma cidade que foi construída e com um grande contributo dos portugueses. E que algumas ruas mais abaixo há o Museu da Avaliação, onde essa história está documentada e onde há uma secção que fala do contributo português para aquela indústria. E é claro que aquela indústria não existe, ou seja, a cidade de New Bedford, como nós conhecemos hoje, não existe sem a riqueza da indústria da avaliação durante muitos e longos anos. E sabemos o contributo dos portugueses naquela altura. Mas ao longo das décadas, os portugueses continuaram a vir para New Bedford e a contribuir de diferentes formas, trazendo consigo a saudade e revivendo Portugal nesta cidade que hoje olhamos para cada esquina e vemos negócios, vemos casas com nomes portugueses. Isto é tão bonito de se ver. E é tão simbólico estar aqui junto à Casa da Cidade para então assistirmos a esta cerimónia do içar da bandeira e celebrar o nosso verde e vermelho. Vou apenas dizer algumas palavras em inglês para aqueles que não falam português. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here this afternoon and welcome to the Day of Portugal ceremony, the flag-raising ceremony. As I was saying in Portuguese, the Portuguese contribution to this city has been rich. We know about the whaling industry, and if we go a few streets down at the Whaling Museum, it's well documented there, the Portuguese contribution to that industry. But from there, the ripple effect of the Portuguese coming to New Bedford, and everywhere we look, whether it be street names, names on houses, business names, we see the Portuguese names around the city. So without a doubt, it is very symbolic for us to be here at the home of the City Hall, to celebrate Portugal and to raise the Portuguese national flag. So ladies and gentlemen, we will start with a very special guest to sing both the Portuguese and American national anthems, the very talented Andrea Vargas.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Heróis do mar, nobre povo, nação valente e imortal, levantai hoje de novo, esplendor de Portugal, entre as brumas da memória, ó pátria, sente-se a voz dos teus engrejos avós. Guiate a vitória, as armas sobre a terra, sobre o mar. As armas pela pátria lutar, contra os canhões marchar.
Obrigado, Andrea. The Mayor, John Mitchell, could not be here this evening, but he did send someone to speak on his behalf. We have with us Janet Barbosa.
Thank you. Okay. Boa tarde e bem-vindo à cerimônia de levantamento da bandeira portuguesa. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to the flag raising for the city of New Bedford. My name is Janet Barbosa. I work for Mayor Mitchell. Mayor Mitchell unfortunately couldn't be here today. He is at the high school graduation. But I am so proud and so honored to stand here in his place, and I am so proud and honored of my heritage and just seeing both these beautiful flags go up. He would want me to tell you all that he is so very appreciative of your contributions to the city, of your culture, and especially of the food, and that he thanks you. He thanks you for all that you do for the city and hopes that you loves the turnout. This is an amazing flag raising. He hopes that you enjoyed today and have a wonderful rest of the week in celebration. Muito obrigada e bom fim de semana.
Passo agora a português. O deputado estadual Tony Cabral também não pôde estar aqui esta tarde, mas connosco temos o seu chefe de gabinete, El Medeiros, e convidamos para dizer algumas palavras.
Viva Portugal, não é? Viva todos nós, viva a nossa pátria, viva os portugueses nas comunidades todas do mundo, ok? Infelizmente o Tony não pode estar cá porque ele vai receber um prémio de uma organização que chama-se Massachusetts Immigrants Refugees Advocacy. Ele vai receber esse prémio pelo trabalho que ele tem feito pelos imigrantes, pelos direitos dos imigrantes aqui no estado de Massachusetts e no país todo. E in English, for those of you that don't know what the Day of Portugal means, that means that you celebrate the Portuguese culture, the heritage, the language, the food, the loyalty that comes with that culture, the respect in every country of the world, throughout the world. Portuguese communities throughout the world, not just in one city, in one town, in one state, but wherever there's a sizable Portuguese community throughout the world. And a lot of folks don't know that because I work up at the State House and they're like, what does that mean? What does Dia de Portugal mean? And I tell them that's what it means. It's not just one day. It's actually a holiday in Portugal. And wherever there are Portuguese communities throughout the world, we celebrate them. The other thing too, as per legislation that Representative Cabral filed with Senator Pacheco from Taunton, June is considered Portuguese American Month in the state of Massachusetts. That means that the culture, the heritage can be celebrated any day during the month of June. And that's great. Not too many cultures have that. We have a whole month, which is great. So again, I implore all of you to enjoy this day. Enjoy this day wherever you are this weekend, whether it's Fall River, Ludlow, Hudson, Rhode Island, other states, countries, because we're celebrating our culture. And that's important for the younger generations to never forget where they came from. And I have the good fortune of working for a gentleman who, not for once, not for 1 second, forgot where he came from. And that's a blessing. And I urge all of you to do the same. So have a great weekend. Okay, Feliz Dia de Portugal. Thank you.
Obrigado, El Medeiros. E como o El disse, Dia de Portugal é celebrado à volta do mundo e como feriado oficial em Portugal, e desde 2016 o Presidente da República, Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, decidiu celebrar o Dia de Portugal não só em Portugal, mas escolhia uma cidade na diáspora para também o fazer. Este ano escolheu a África do Sul, e julgo que é em Joanesburgo que vai acontecer, está acontecendo por estes dias, e depois o 10 de junho vai acontecer em Peso da Régua, no distrito de Vila Real. Portanto, é lá que as celebrações irão acontecer, com a presença do Presidente da República e também do Primeiro-Ministro António Costa. Ambos estarão tanto em África do Sul como também em Portugal, obviamente dividindo o tempo entre os dois países. E agora, para darmos palavra à Comissão que trabalha arduamente para que o Dia de Portugal seja celebrado aqui em New Bedford. Sabemos que o arraial foi no passado fim de semana. O mau tempo não permitiu que se celebrasse com mais gente, mas nem por isso a chama da Portugalidade foi apagada nos corações das pessoas que trabalharam arduamente para que a festa acontecesse. Porque aparece a gente ou não aparece, há trabalho a fazer. Desde montar a festa, ter a certeza que está tudo preparado, mesmo que o pessoal apareça em massa. Devido ao mau tempo, não apareceram, mas a festa continuou. E isto merece um forte aplauso para todos que trabalharam para que isso acontecesse. Não esqueceram de celebrar Portugal em New Bedford, apesar do tempo adverso. E vamos dar a palavra à senhora que liderou toda essa comissão e que já o faz há alguns anos para cá, senhoras e senhores, a Presidente do Dia de Portugal, New Bedford, Dulce Matos.
Boa tarde a todos. Como é Dia de Portugal, a minha mensagem vai ser em português, não em inglês. Como é Dia de Portugal, estou aqui para representar Portugal e é isso que eu vou fazer. Caros convidados, amigos e comunidade portuguesa em geral, é com muita alegria que estamos novamente reunidos para celebrar o Dia de Portugal, de Camões e das comunidades. Voltamos a assinalar esta data neste mesmo espaço, com o simbólico içar da bandeira, após o nosso festival. O mau tempo não permitiu a presença de mais gente, muito obrigada, mas nem por isso celebremos com menos vontade. Pelo contrário, todos que trabalharam de uma forma ou de outra contribuíram para que Portugal fosse celebrado aqui no Bedford no passado fim de semana. Fizeram com muita vontade e com Portugal no coração. Gostaria de agradecer a todas as pessoas que fizeram com que esta festa se realizasse. Sem a ajuda de uma comissão de voluntários empenhado em levar a cabo eventos, os artistas, os grupos folclóricos, o público que vem festejar, não há arraial. Por isso, muitíssimo obrigado por tudo. Tenho vontade de que a 10 de junho de New Bedford cresça e que seja cada vez melhor. Esta tarde estamos aqui na baixa de uma cidade em que os portugueses deixaram e continuam a deixar a sua marca, e muito me orgulho poder presidir a esta cerimónia, onde o nosso verde e vermelho voará junto à casa desta cidade. Um ato que está recheado de muito significado. Nossos filhos, netos e bisnetos, tenho 2, não sou velha. Onde é que está? Já perdi a minha. Podemos nos orgulhar que a bandeira do país, das nossas raízes, está aqui exposta para todos verem. Muito obrigado a todos e feliz Dia de Portugal. Viva Portugal!
Obrigado, Dulce Matos, Presidente do Dia de Portugal, New Bedford. Before we go on with the speaking portion, a few thank yous. Thank you to these gentlemen who work tirelessly. And if we talk about Portuguese presence in the city of New Bedford, what about Club SS Sacrament? They really make New Bedford Portuguese during a great weekend. And they have the honor of not calling it a Portuguese feast, but the feast. That's how great and that's how big it is that they get that honor to call it the feast. And they bring thousands of people to the city, showcasing our Portuguese heritage through the food, through the folklore, and through Portuguese music as well. Thank you, gentlemen, for your contributions, and also for your contribution today of Portugal, New Bedford. We'd also like to thank Centro Luso, who is always present to help the Day of Portugal with whatever is needed, and they were there this past weekend to help out with the festivities. Also, Roberto Medeiros, who had to return to Portugal, but he is the artisan coordinator, and every year New Bedford has the privilege of showcasing beautiful Portuguese crafts, which many are made here in the U.S. by Portuguese, but others are brought from the Azores, and that is thanks to Roberto Medeiros. Also, Banda Senhor da Pedra, who every year plays for the Day of Portugal during the opening ceremonies, and for the past couple of years, it is on their grounds that the Day of Portugal has been celebrated. So a special thank you to them as well, and to everyone who, one way or another, contributes to the success of celebrating Portugal in the city of New Bedford. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Portuguese representation is also here at City Hall, and as you'll hear from many names here in the City Council, many names are Portuguese or of Portuguese descent. And to speak on behalf of the New Bedford City Council, we invite the City Council President and Councillor at Large, Linda Morad.
Obrigado. It's the only word I know. I'm sorry.
Better than the bad words.
Yeah, better than the bad words. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here with you. Before I say a few words, I want to introduce my colleagues who have joined me tonight. Council Ward 1, Brad Markey. Council Ward 3, Sean Oliver. Councillor at Large, Ian Abreu. And Councillor at Large, Shane Burgo. I don't know if there's anyone else in the crowd. Is Brian, oh, and Council Ward 6, Ryan Pereira. Thank you all for coming. And also, I would be remiss by not also introducing State Representative Chris Hendricks, who's also here with us tonight. So it's a pleasure to be here tonight and represent the city at the flag raising for Day of Portugal, an annual event that we all look forward to on a regular basis. Generally, it's raining. I don't know, you must have did extra prayers for tonight, but it's gorgeous.
Carlos kept his jacket on.
Oh, that's what it is. So, but it's gorgeous evening tonight, and I know you had an absolutely wonderful weekend last weekend. I'm glad that you were able to enjoy each other's company and your country's heritage and your foods and your cultures. I know that's very important to all of you, and it's important to us as well. New Bedford's made up of many different distinct nationalities, myself being Lebanese, my colleagues being of all different nationalities, but the Portuguese community in New Bedford is prominent. And through all of you and your contributions to our city, you're an important piece of the fabric of the city of New Bedford. Many of you are professionals, many of you own businesses, all of you own your own homes, and you take pride in our city, and we appreciate that. It's a pleasure to stand with you tonight and celebrate the flag raising of your country, and we look forward to continuing our partnership with you over the many years here in the city of New Bedford. And we look forward to, and the other thing about the Portuguese people is you teach your young, you're continuing your traditions, and that's so important, and we thank you for doing that. And again, we look forward to the rest of the celebration tonight, and thank you for having us.
Thank you, Council President Linda Morad. The Day of Portugal doesn't exist just to have a feast during a weekend. They do many things throughout the year, and one of those things is raise funds to give out scholarships. And I invite Mr. Carlos Pinhanços, former president of the Day of Portugal, to introduce the 4 recipients of the Day of Portugal New Bedford scholarships this year.
Good evening. I'd like to take this time to thank everybody involved with the Day of Portugal, from the committee to the volunteers to different groups that participate with us. With all their help, we're able to give out 6 scholarships this year of $1,000 each, and also a scholarship for a nonprofit of $1,500. At this time, Dulce Matos is part of our scholarship committee, along with April Kaiser, Delilah, and Angela Amaral, and myself. Also, I'd like to acknowledge the golf committee. They are the ones that raised the most funds for the scholarship, and that's Peter Ferreira, Mary Jo Lima, and Angela Amaral, and myself. At this time, I'd call up Hannah Lima. She's a graduate of Dartmouth High School, is going to attend North Carolina University at Chapel Hill. Careful, the check's in there. Our next recipient is Adriano Silva. He's a graduate of New Bedford Voc, and he's going to attend UMass Dartmouth. Next recipient is a graduate of Stang, Ethan Dismaris, and he's going to attend Suffolk University. Our next recipient was not able to attend since she's at her graduation at New Bedford High, Abigail Nyland. Ashlyn Guerrero, graduate of New Bedford High School, going to attend URI. Ryan Aruda, graduate of Dartmouth High School, attending URI. The next recipient is Discovery Language Academy, and that's an organization that we've sponsored for 19 years since we've had a scholarship, and they're receiving $1,500 to continue their work teaching the Portuguese language, not only just the culture, but reading, writing, and as you see, they have a great folklore group. And again, thank you everyone for participating with our organization. This will continue to enhance the scholarship program, and we hope to continue it so we can continue funding the education of the Portuguese community, and it is a community effort throughout everyone here. Thank you very much.
Agora, para terminar a parte de discursos aqui do içar da bandeira das celebrações do Dia de Portugal no Bedford, convidamos o Cônsul de Portugal em New Bedford, Dr. Rogério Lopes.
Mantendo a tradição, vou falar em português. Hoje celebramos Portugal. Celebramos a língua e cultura portuguesa, a herança de largos séculos de um povo que transformou a coragem numa força inabalável, quebrando medos e barreiras, unindo povos e mundos. Um povo que tem presença nos 5 continentes, com um legado rico feito de histórias inspiradoras de querer, de ambição e de orgulho. Celebramos a epopeia de portugueses e portuguesas que, em Portugal como fora do nosso país, inspiraram gerações após gerações a cultivar os princípios que definem a nossa forma de ser e de estar no mundo, com qualidades humanas reconhecidas e uma solidariedade que nos enobrece como povo e leva como nação. E é também o dia em que homenageamos a diáspora, a extensão viva, tangível e apaixonada de Portugal. 5 milhões de portugueses, embaixadores da lusofonia, da nossa cultura e da nossa língua. Influenciadores da Portugalidade que levam Portugal ao mundo, trazendo o mundo a Portugal. Que estendem as nossas fronteiras e contribuem para a economia, cultura, para um Portugal mais moderno e próspero. E continuaremos a estimular o regresso e o bom acolhimento de quem decidiu voltar à sua terra, com programas e instrumentos que têm provado uma grande variedade para quem pretende regressar a Portugal. Neste dia especial, agradeço a colaboração de todas e de todos os que também têm responsabilidades na diáspora, os representantes das instituições associativas e de solidariedade que fazem um trabalho extraordinário, contribuindo para cuidar e integrar portugueses no estrangeiro. Um abraço fraterno a todos os portugueses e portuguesas. Feliz Dia de Portugal, de Camões e das comunidades portuguesas. Obrigado.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, to wrap up these ceremonies, and let me just mention that immediately following the next performance, there will be a cocktail at the Consulate of Portugal over on 628 Pleasant Street. And if you'd like to, the entire community is invited to attend and to participate, so you can join the folklore group who will be marching that way immediately after the ceremony here. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is with great pleasure that we introduce a group of children, some younger, some older, that will be performing the traditions of Portugal. From the Azores to Madeira to continental Portugal, all of Portuguese folklore is represented in this group, which is led by Carla, who is here accompanying the group this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, a great round of applause for the Discovery Language Academy Folklore Group. I was so excited with my new job of holding the speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, the folklore group of the Discovery Language Academy. Let's hear it one more time for these great kids from the Discovery Language Academy, keeping the Portuguese traditions alive. As I mentioned, you can follow them over to the Portuguese Consulate, where there will be a cocktail reception for the Portuguese community. Anyone is invited to attend. And in a great act of camaraderie on the part of the Day of Portugal New Bedford Committee, they also invite everyone to check out the Day of Portugal Fall River, which is happening this weekend at the gates of the city in Ponta Delgada Boulevard, and also the Rhode Island Day of Portugal, which is happening at the Bank of America City Center in downtown Providence. So you can check out all of these Day of Portugal festivities throughout New England, and let's show our Portuguese pride. Viva Portugal! Thank you very much, everyone.